Hey, Facebook, how y'all doing out there? Y'all check it out while I make this thing live, notification live. All right. Can y'all hear me?
Yes. Loud and clear.
As y'all see, it's the crew hanging out. Beverly, hey, how you doing?
You done said my government name, Roshan. Roshan.
Oh, goddamn, Roshan. I'm sorry. I forgot it is Roshan. Shit. Well, correct me then, Roshan. Y'all know that's a thought of name. Thought of
That's
lotion
my,
name.
that's my
Everybody don't get access to that. That's that thought stuff.
I'm doing good. I'm actually doing really good. I've had a good day at work. I've stayed warm, and yeah, it's been a good day.
Where my homeboy Clark at?
He's sitting over there on the couch. I was gonna bring him to you the other day and,
Yeah,
and give him to
you
you
could
so I
bring him
can.
by here for a visit or something. That's some blow ass shit. That's like the coolest cat. That's the coolest cat since. Hey, that's the coolest cat since Tom.
Rock, you are the reason why I'm walking around here with Clark in the first damn place. You told me to get these goddamn cats.
I don't know. I tried to do some fish a little while ago, but then I jumped on the road. I can't. I spent damn near $700 on the fish tank for them kids and shit. Ain't got one goddamn fish.
Motherfucker died while he was gone. Hey, y'all, man, we are back. Relationship reload, man. As you can see, there's 3 of us on here now. The rest of us should be chiming in soon. We definitely got a good topic to talk to y'all about. We did rename the show to Relationship Reload because we feel like everybody is trying to reload a relationship or try to get to the next point on their journey on a relationship. But as y'all can see back here, if y'all see that logo back there, you see the man back there pulling hard as hell, and you see that woman doing this shit right here. That's how it is really though in relationship. Me and Rock had to let y'all know. Me and Rock actually had the biggest input on that because that's y'all not struggling at all with the rope, but that's us pulling like a motherfucker. But y'all motherfuckers up here just standing up there with that motherfucker like, God damn, I got this shit, G. That's what it's like out here. Am I right, Rock?
No, you're far from right.
Man, listen. We get the most flack from y'all.
The women got all the leverage.
All the leverage. Y'all got it in y'all corner. I'm telling y'all. Some of y'all only got one hand on the rope.
God, no.
Got that motherfucker like this, just chilling. Talking on the phone. Got your phone in your hand and the rope. Talking. And he back there tugging like a motherfucker. Girl, yeah, he over there talking. I ain't trying to hear what he got to say. That's y'all. No matter how much y'all like it. Man, we do got a hey, Miscellaneous Honey, how you doing, sweetheart? Next week we are gonna be trying something new in our second hour of the show. Rock came up with a good way for us to be able to get involved with our audience. We want, as we got our topic, we're gonna clear it out the way after the first hour. We're hoping that y'all can come in and maybe chime in for 3 minutes and give us an intake on something that y'all think we need to talk about at that time, and we'll discuss it. Or if you have an opinion on the topic, you can voice your opinion. Then when you get off, we will definitely either say something on it, piggyback off of it, or if we disagree, we'll definitely tell you we disagree. So that's something we're trying to do. Oh, you wonderfully naked. Well, come on live then, Miss Hunt. You want me to sing you the link? Rock, I'm gonna send a link right there. You ain't got to word.
Oh my God.
Miss Ladies want to come see us.
What you do that for?
Hey, Bo Banks, how you doing? Hey, y'all.
Hey, look. I can't even see the comments at the bottom no more like we used to.
Oh, you can't see them? I don't know why. I thought it would let y'all. You know why? It's because sometimes if you ain't got your Facebook notification on, well, I know mine does. But my Facebook notification ain't on public. It won't let me share. It won't show up on mine at all on administrator. So hey, y'all, we do got a couple of good topics today to talk to y'all about, man. The first one we're going to talk about, does divorce make us failures? Does divorce make, we ain't going to even go into the second one. We're just going to talk about the first one first. I asked this because my friend, she was definitely on the show the other day, Nakisha. She was on the show the other day that was definitely about, it was a church show, and they brought up how the church that looks down on divorce. And you know, it really crossed my mind to make us sit back and think. I'll start off with Beverly. I mean, you've been married, so does divorce make you a failure?
No, I don't believe divorce makes you a failure. I mean,
Beverly,
we've
she said
talked
you got to
about.
get that light out your face.
Oh, the light is in my.
It's in
I
your camera on
can't.
your
I'm
phone and it's
sorry.
messing up your face. Tell them to turn that light out behind you.
Turn that light off, Cookie.
Yeah, they want to see you. Miscellaneous Honey said divorce makes you brave.
Right. That's what I believe.
So you agree with her? Can you elaborate and give us what you mean? I mean, because I mean, they, you know, in the church they say we shouldn't be divorced. We should be fighting for this. We should be fighting for that. You know, we shouldn't give up on our marriage that easy and all this and all that. And they tell us to stay in there and fight. But is it though? Is it failure?
It depends on what the divorce is for. I mean, if it's a detrimental situation, you're being abused. You know what I'm saying? Then I believe in divorce in regards to abuse, and also if there's infidelity where there's mental abuse that's going on, which is basically abuse. But I mean, if it's just a disagreement, like we've grown apart, he likes blue now and I like green, like, you know what I'm saying? It just, those kind of things, you're supposed to grow with one another. That was the purpose of marriage. Back then, it obviously is not the purpose of marriage now. You're supposed to grow with one another and support one another, no matter which direction you're going in life.
Bo Banks said marrying the wrong person. Miscellaneous said that's a tough thing to do and say. And then she said no matter the reason for it, it's a brave move.
It's a huge move. It's a
So
great big
why do
move.
y'all?
But
I have to ask before. I mean, this is y'all speaking, so I want to hear it from y'all. Why do y'all say it's a brave move?
it's a brave move because, one, you said before millions of people that you're going to be with this person for the rest of your life. And once you end it, it is looked upon as if you're failing. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you got fired from a job. Who walking around talking about, shit, I got fired from the damn job. They let my ass go. I wasn't doing right. You know what I'm saying? That ain't something you out there publicizing.
I'm gonna try to send in Miss Bo Banks. Let me see if I can get on my other phone and send it to you. I got you. Yeah, I mean, you've been so you saying getting out of that bad situation and what people are going to ridicule you say about you getting out of a marriage in the first place makes you brave for stepping out on it.
Absolutely. Because
Okay.
you're getting ready to get you're going to get under the fire.
Man, listen to me.
So,
folks.
If you're like Rock, you don't care. But we don't have a whole lot of people that don't care. Rock and Suave are special individuals.
well, I mean, but I just don't. I mean, the second half of our second part of the day topic is gonna shed some light on some of this. That's the reason why I say that. So, I mean, because it was something that was brought up, and I actually went up and looked statistics up on it, and it actually is true. So we'll definitely talk about it in the second half of this. Bo Banks, give me 1 second. I'm about to send you the link. Anytime, Miss Miscellaneous Honey said, anytime you go through something different from what others want you to do, that they will mark you as a failure. So fuck them. I definitely agree on that. If you do something different than what they think you should do, and it doesn't quite turn out as well because you didn't do it the way they think you should do it, they think you failed at something, So I do agree with that, Miscellaneous Honey. I agree with that 100%.
Let me tell you what I hate. I hate unwanted or if I don't initiate advice, I hate to get advice from someone, just walking up to you and go, you know what I think? I didn't ask for that. I'm
Or
not asking
unwanted
for
advice. But what if it's needed though?
I don't care if it is needed. If it is needed, I know how to. I'm mature enough to go ask for it and go get it. Don't take it amongst yourself to give me that advice. That's what bothers me the most.
So unwanted. So when friends really just butting in your goddamn business.
Basically.
Hmm. I can understand that. I can definitely understand that. Let me ask you a question. When you went through your divorce, how did you feel? First off, let me ask you a question. How long did you contemplate divorce before you went through it?
I was happy. I was
No,
on the
no, no,
opposite.
no. Let me ask you one question. I didn't know. How long did you contemplate divorce before you went through it? Before you actually filed for divorce and got out of it? Are you there, Beverly? Can you hear me? Oh, okay. You got a call right quick. Give you a call. Rock. You hearing them? They say divorce is brave. Do you agree with that?
I don't know. Divorce was necessary for me. I don't know about Bray. I guess
Miscellaneous says friends and family are not in a relationship. I'll listen, but I'm not. Hey, Christy, how you doing?
it probably I guess you could say I can see why they say it's brave. You stepping into something like it's like a new unknown again. Like you've been accustomed to having this person with you. Y'all was married. Y'all had that time together, whatever. Now you stepping away from that. Now you back to being on your own in a way. So it could be brave, but shit, man. If it get to the point where you need divorce, it's necessary. Go ahead and do it.
So do you think do you think make divorce makes you a failure?
Hell, I don't know. Not really.
So you don't think it make, I mean, I'm just asking because I mean, people out there say what they want to say, but I really don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't know to make you a failure. I mean, was your marriage a success? Not necessarily, no. But if you like me, you find the fucking good in the bad. Did you learn something? Are you better for your situation? Are you better for your outcome? Did you grow throughout that process? Then shit, how can you really look at it as a failure? Uh, 11 years, two children. You know what I'm saying? They're healthy, they smart, intelligent. Um, Was it a complete failure? No, shit, not for me. I mean, it wasn't the happily ever after that you hope for, but it often never really is. So I don't really think like you can really say divorce makes you a failure. Y'all just ran y'all season just ran through. Y'all just had it ran its course.
See, and some people just don't understand. Some people don't believe that. It ain't supposed to be a season. My husband like supposed to be forever. Yeah, but you know, believe it or not, people do grow apart. People
Yeah,
do grow apart. It's brave because you are stepping away from forever. That's what Miscellaneous Honey said. That's kind of what Miss Beverly said earlier. You were supposed to be in something forever, and now you're stepping out on a journey that you don't know what it's gonna be like. You've been so long involved with somebody else that you're stepping out there taking a chance and say I can do this by myself. Even though a lot of us should be able to know we should be able to do it by ourselves. Most of us should, unless you got married real young and yeah, you never really got to experience being out there on your own. But if you got the chance to be out there on your own, you should know that you can make it on your own. I don't think, I'll be honest, right? I don't think it's a failure. I don't think it's a failure. I think it's a lesson. Like you said earlier. I think it's a true lesson. I'm gonna ask you a question. How many jobs you had to work before you finally found the job that was a job for you? Does it make every one of them other jobs a failure? No. That means I learned something from them. I didn't like what I like, and I moved on. The same thing with food. I mean, the first time you try something don't mean you like it, but I mean, just because you don't like it don't mean it's a failure to you. Everybody else might like it.
yeah.
I mean,
Now,
I just don't know. I just can't sit up here and put failure in front of my name because marriage didn't work. Because the reality of it is that the church has put forever on marriage, but I honestly believe now, after experiencing life so much, man, that now in today's world, divorce is a norm. So with that being said, I mean, it shouldn't surprise most people. It shouldn't surprise most people.
Yeah, probably not. But
And then she say it stepping out on your own isn't brave. That's life. Oh, I too much to text. She says, well, you always come on, Miss Landis. You know we always welcome. Bo, I sent you the link wherever you're at in there, sweetheart. I sent you the link. Um, I just don't like I said, I mean, just listen to some of the comments that was on there. Divorce isn't a norm. I don't know. I mean, they say right now it's like 68% of marriages right now ending in divorce. That's pretty high. That ain't just black and white. That's all races. It ain't just one. That's all races. So, but ours is higher, and it's just it's sad because the reality of it is that I think some things worth fighting for. I think there are. I don't know. I think there are crazy reasons to get a divorce, but I mean, I don't think that there. I think mental, physical, those ones are automatic. I think adultery to some people can be. To other people, it might not be. Some people can stay in there and fight through that. Some people can't. I mean, we have to understand that. I won't say spiritually dead, but I'll be honest. The reality of it is, if you two on two different walks of life, to me that's dead. Because if our dreams and stuff don't line up and don't match up no more, I just don't know how that works.
man, it relationships got to work because you never gonna be on the same page. That's number one. If you I think if you can get that idea of we gonna be on the same page at all times out your head, that's gonna be half the fucking battle because it ain't gonna work like that. Not at all. You never gonna be on the same fucking page. For me, I need comprehension. Number one, comprehension. Fuck communication. I need you to be able to comprehend what I'm saying to you. In communication number two, and then compromise. It's gonna have
It's
to be a
not fair to list reasons for divorce when people are working on forever. You're right. I mean, no, I'm being honest. I want to work towards forever, but I mean, we have to work towards those issues that people coming up with that's making it not forever anymore. Because before you go in, you need to make sure some of those things are resolved. Like Rock said earlier, if you had an issue with finances in your previous marriage and it was part of the reason why your marriage broke down, you might want to make sure that you have that financial situation in your area straight before you step into another marriage. Are those issues going to come up in another marriage? So I honestly don't believe it's a failure. I think it's a life lesson. So I mean that's what we mean by that. I don't mean it in saying, I'm saying what people get divorced for, and like I said, it's crazy to me, sometimes. Because like I said, some people can fight through certain things. Some people aren't built like that. Some people was raised to where shit. Hold up, I'm not meant to struggle all the time. So now me and you done got in this marriage, and now we struggling. I was doing fine by myself, and my mama done raised me to do fine by myself. Now you telling me I got to struggle with you? So I mean, that's sometimes how it happens.
nah. You know what? Yeah, I can agree.
That's right. She said everyone needs and will endure different things in marriages where others can't. That is definitely true. That is the most true said. I honestly believe that I honestly believe marriage can work. It can work forever. But I honestly believe that a lot of us, like in my situation, I believe that me and mine got married young, and I don't believe we quite got married for the right reason. We got married purely for love, and we weren't ready for that situation. To be honest with you, we made it work for 22 years, and we're still great friends today. You know what I'm saying? But the reality of it is I look at it like Rock said. I look at the positive that came out of it. I mean, she gave me three beautiful children, three beautiful, well-educated children, and she was a good woman. So I can't knock all that. So I don't know. I can't. I definitely can't say it's a failure because I mean, in the sense of mine, I know if it saved me because I was in depression and going through my marriage is what saved me and brought me out of my depression. So yeah, I definitely can't say that. Marriage is maturity, understanding, compromising, and commitment to grow together. I can agree on that. How do you grow? Well, let me ask you a question. Well, if we supposed to grow together, how do we grow apart then? Because I mean, a lot of marriages, some people just grow apart.
Because you stop trying. You stop trying. Like you stop trying to be better for yourself, better for your partner. You stop trying.
So
You
let me ask you a question. When
you
you say
stop
stop trying, is like you stop dating, you stop doing the things that's important. Is that what you mean?
dating to me is not fucking important. I'm sorry.
Well, some
That
people it is, but I'm saying if you
well,
dated her when you got with her, you should continue to date her when you get when you
I'm not
after you get into marriage, right?
I'm not speaking for some people when I talk. Okay. So for me, dating is not fucking important. If dating is so important to you where you're willing to divide our family, I think you just got shit fucked up. Because at the end of the day, we have a family. We got to make sure our family's straight, right? And with that being said, too, like we got young kids and they're gonna have kids. Like, to what extent do how that to me has to be the most important goal to make sure our family is straight. Sure, we want to have some fun and we need fun in our relationship, but dating is not even at the top of my list of importance. When it comes
Miscellaneous Honey
to,
said the fun shouldn't stop.
I never said the fun should stop.
Okay, I'm just asking.
I said to me, there's so much shit going on in the world. There's so much shit going on as far as bills, trying to get shit done, taking care of business, making sure your kids are good. Yes, you want to have dates. Yes, you want to have that fun, but it's not to the top of the list that's going to be the reason why all of a sudden I don't love you anymore, because life happens, circumstances happens. The fuck we look like dating and having fun every motherfucking weekend partying, but yet we don't even got the motherfucking bills covered. You know, our kids need insurance. We need transmissions on the car. That's other shit. We can go party and have a great fucking time, but now after the party's over, right, which ain't doing shit but masking the bigger problems half the time. What we gonna do about that motherfucking your transmission going on your car, baby? We just took a vacation to Hawaii. You had a great time, but now we gotta get the transmission fixed.
Responsibility come first.
So for me, like we grown. Shit, we dated this whole time. I was getting with you. We got children together. We still gonna date. We still gonna do our thing. But I'm not gonna argue with you. And dating shouldn't. I don't think that should
Okay,
be.
well let me ask you a question. If everything's in order and everything's straight, there is cool to go out with your girl though, right?
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, the fuck.
That I mean, that's where we're at. I definitely wouldn't take my girl out if my light bill ain't paid. You know what I'm saying? I hope not.
Yeah.
Christy said you have to talk to your partner. What my goals are this year may change next year. If you're consistently talking about these things, you stay in tune with one another. Christy said those things should be and it should be an issue when it is. It's time to regroup. And then no, I don't think so. That's what Lisa said. Lisa, what did you say? No, you don't think so too. Definitely come back and chime in because I mean, again, we talk and we try to get everything out between each one of us before we try to interrupt one another. So I was letting them get through it. I don't know exactly where you was when you said. I don't know exactly where he was when you said that. Let me say that. Um, I don't know. Like I said, I mean, we have to. The biggest thing is Miss Lane. We have to look at what we have to look at we have to look at all the issues that come up inside of a marriage. Like I do know for women, dating is important. For most women, dating is important. It to them. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. But to them, it is important to get that personal time with your mate, that one-on-one, that's showing me that I'm still important to you. I know it is. I hear it all the time. At least that's what they say, Rock. Hey, I'm just telling you what the ruling I'm getting in.
Yeah, but you know, I kind of look at shit realistically, right? That's
Mhm.
why a lot of these motherfucking women, I'm sorry, ain't in relationships because the simple shit is what's most important to them. They put the simple shit in the forefront.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's simple shit. Nigga, when I leave my door and I go and I jump in this motherfucking 18 wheeler that's 8,000, 80,000 pounds, right? Dealing with a million drivers around me who don't respect my life. So I can go make a bag, so I can come home and goddamn pay the rent, pay the lights, pay your car note, pay this, pay that third. I refuse to come home after working 70 hours in that week within 5 days trying to get back to you and my family for you to tell me as soon as I get home, let's go out on a date tonight. And if I don't take you out on a date, that's an issue. You're not going to make something as simple as dating an issue. And you're going to tell me I don't feel important to you
Okay.
because we're not dating. Are you fucking serious? I'm making sure your life is simpler.
But you can't. But yeah, you're right. I can see where you're coming from on working 70 hours a week. It's been a while since I worked 70 hours. Hell, it's been a while since I worked 5 hours a week.
Shit. More important shit. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like going out. I'm gonna go out with my woman. I'm gonna want her to dress up and look nice. Hell yeah. And then at the same time too, you know, if we got children together or she got kids, whatever case may be, we gonna do that family thing, all that shit. But what I'm not gonna argue about, you're not gonna disturb my peace about no simple ass shit as far as dating. If you want to go put on some motherfucking clothes and some makeup and shit, and you ain't gonna be paying me too much attention anyway, because you all about your goddamn self. You know, you can be all in your phone, taking pictures and shit. You go out with your friend girls and shit, like, you know, couples. Just say me, you, Thomas, me and you, Crystal, and maybe I got a little thing with me, whatever the case may be. We all out together having a good time. It's date night. We hanging out, whatever. They gonna be doing that shit. You know, it ain't gonna be. It ain't always like, you know. It shouldn't be that
Christy
way.
said, "Rock, you sound like a brother in that truck." He said he said that shit rough, and he ain't coming. He ain't got no time for no nagging.
Hell nah, that trucking shit ain't easy. Shit ain't easy at all. It's peaceful for me because I ain't dealing with no bullshit no more. That truck for me is therapeutic, but ain't no way in hell I'm gonna come home to some bullshit. As simple as that. And I'm trying to make a way, trying to get a business going. You ain't got no, you know, ain't no way. It's a time for everything. We wanna do a date night. Like, I wouldn't mind planning it or planning a vacation. You know what I'm saying? Some things like that, and let's go date that way. But to let something as simple as dating, right?
Be an issue.
This is the funny thing about women in dating and making that shit so important. They'll leave a nigga that's busting his ass for them because they're not dating and they don't feel as special as they want to feel to go date multiple niggas to give them that you're special in the moment feeling. I've been going on all these dates, but none of them niggas got you like that.
Hold on, Rock. Miscellaneous got something she want to say to you about that. So I definitely, because I want you to answer her, because that kind of goes along with what you said right there. So you want to read it and see what she has to say? She said that mindset is heavy, Rock, but I respect it. Let's take the word dating out the equation. If what I want is simple to you, then I've already lost you already. I've lost you already.
You can say that. I don't know what you want me to say to that, but I know goddamn well what I said was this. And what I mean is this. There's some shit that you should be able to work through. Fucking going out and having drinks and acting a fool and all that shit, I don't think that should be enough. You got women who are really leaving niggas who really holding them down faithfully, loyalty and everything, because they feel they need to be out here in these streets dating.
She said she said even though you feel like you're busting her ass for her, that doesn't mean that that's what she needs.
So listen to me. If a woman out there, if you're a woman out there and dating is all you need to be going out all the time, and that's gonna be an argument, you ain't the woman for Rock. Don't even look my way. You know, because there's more important shit in life than dating. I'm just saying, we're gonna date, we're gonna have our fun, but that is never gonna be something that Rock is gonna argue about. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? I ain't saying I'm against dating, but bitch, I'm not arguing with you about no fucking dating. And if you want to leave a marriage because you feel like you're not being courted enough, dated enough.
So Miss Lannis wants you to take date now. So what do you want them to say? Going out?
The same shit. I don't. That's confusing to me.
T said growing apart happens when someone lose the vision or someone don't want to change for the better being sucked Stuck in
Stuck
your
in their
ways.
ways.
Stuck in your ways. I think that's what she meant to say. Having negative attitude, not trying to compromise.
Mm.
I wouldn't date nobody with a negative. I wouldn't marry nobody with a negative attitude. That's number one. I'm big on compromise. I'm big on compromise. Negative attitudes, fuck no. Don't even marry nobody like that. Why even get into a marriage or a relationship with somebody who's not happy?
No,
Find
I
you
agree
somebody
with
who's
you.
happy. Happiness
Beverly,
first.
you back?
Yeah.
How long? Earlier I asked you a question. I was actually able to remember it this time. How long did you think about divorce before you actually got separated and got a divorce?
2 years. I ran.
Why did you think for
Um,
2 years?
I so I was pregnant with Braylon. He was caught, so I came home and he and a young lady were in bed together at our new apartment.
Oh yeah, you should have.
And, yeah,
Well, damn, I
so
wasn't expecting to hear that shit.
Nah, you should have
yeah,
laid.
he cheated.
Eh,
But I mean, I wasn't fucked up about it. I was like, oh, okay, well,
So let me ask
she
you a
can have
question though.
you,
But you said you had
and
been
I'm going by my
contemplating it for
business.
2 years. That wasn't the reason that made you start contemplating it, right?
It was. That was it.
So
Then
you
I
stayed
once
with him 2 years longer after that?
I tried to leave. Like I moved twice. I moved from that apartment. I moved in with my best friend Lisa Jackson. I was with Lisa for like 7 months, and then I moved home to my Ramey Avenue. He followed me to Lisa's house. He followed me to the Ramey Avenue address. He tried for 2 years to show me that was just something to do and that he loved me. And I didn't care. Once I saw what I saw, I was like, man, get on, go somewhere. I was being silly and stupid like us young kids do. And I was not about to give him another chance. I was like, I'm better than that.
His timing was really really ugly.
Yeah. He. That's some. Yeah, that's kind of fucked up, you know.
Let
Look,
me tell
Like
you,
in your house, like that's like sacred grounds. Like yeah, you
it's just
just
a house,
if you
man.
gonna cheat, go cheat outside the house. Definitely don't bring nobody to your house like where your
he
girl
was he was
is.
he was sleeping with her at her house as well.
Well, that's
I
her
was
house. That ain't
supposed
your
to.
house though.
I know. I was supposed to
In
be
your
at work.
bed, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You done laid in her
man,
wet
I'm up
spot.
in Victoria's Secret clean sheets, you motherfucker. Listen, let me tell you. Before the infidelity, I saw all of his negatives. It used to irk me. I still married him, but I saw all of his negatives. When I tell you all the negatives cleared up after his infidelity. No, I mean for real. Like he didn't do none of that shit. He talked to me. He was affectionate. He was giving me. I mean, he was buying stuff for me. He was just catering to me. I was like, what
Let
the
me ask you a
hell?
question. What I do, miscellaneous honey, I was telling the truth. Shit, hell, you know damn well there's a wet spot most times after you get done with sex. Shit, she done came home to my why the fuck be? Oh, I just got out the shower. That's what he telling her. No, that ain't what he was. That girl just left. That wet spot was warm. It wasn't cold.
Nah, they weren't even having sex. I knew
They weren't having
from
sex. What they was in your bed for then?
she, she was coming out of the bathroom. She had no clothes on.
You didn't whoop that ass?
I tried.
No, ain't no try, nigga. You supposed to whoop that ass, baby. I can't even lie about that one. You supposed to whoop that ass. You catch a motherfucker in your bed or in your house with your nigga. You supposed to whoop that ass. That's ass whooping time.
Don't,
That is
don't,
ass whooping time.
don't listen to Thomas Wilson fast. Don't listen to. You know what I find that works? Just leave.
That's
Fuck.
what I did.
She didn't do that.
I
She stayed for
lost
two
it.
more years, so she should have whooped that ass.
I didn't stay for 2 years. I moved out with my best friend Lisa Jackson. I moved. And in between that, guess what? I got pregnant with Bray Bray. God.
So he started doing everything that he wasn't doing after you caught him fucking around, which is usually
Right.
what you know what I'm saying people do. You know,
Right.
he loved you. He wanted to hold on to you. You know, he had
He
fucked up.
did.
You know, let me
He
let me
did.
let me give her everything. You know what I'm saying she needed. One goddamn it to keep her ass around, and you just couldn't get past the cheat.
That's right.
Yeah, I
I was
understand.
being silly. I was being silly.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, Ron, I would take that back. If I was mature enough to accept, like,
They gonna
the
say that.
stuff that he was doing to show me he was ready to mature and be the husband that I needed him to be, I would have stayed. Because he's not the type to sleep around. He's not the type to be with a whole lot of women. He's good and faithful to his new wife. And he's the man that he was to me after his infidelity. He's that man to her. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up losing someone who was mature and ready to be a
I promise you,
husband
yeah, I'm sure you may.
because I was being silly and was proving a
Beverly
point. I just
Berto
couldn't
said
get
hi.
past it. Who?
Berto.
Hey, Berto.
You see what your mom, what my sister say? She said, coming out the restroom, no clothes. Shit, that was done. Whoop that ass.
Highest form of disrespect.
Berto said that's the highest form of disrespect.
Fucking my house, let my girl, if she cheat, I just break up with her. This nigga in my house, man, I'm fucking everybody up. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
He say if she cheat, he gonna break up with her. But if you get my house, he say he will fucking up everybody in the house.
I tried. I mean,
Nigga involved, kids,
I'm being real passive. I
He
did
talk
some
about beating the
stuff.
kids and everybody.
It wasn't nobody but Jared. It wasn't nobody. She was just one. It was just Jared.
How long this shit going on?
That nigga say, y'all seen this nigga up in here and he ain't daddy. How long this shit been going on? Y'all, he say he whooping kids and all.
It wasn't nobody but Jared. She was only one. She was only one.
I'm gonna kick the dog ass because the dog didn't bite this.
He said even if the dog didn't bite him, he whooping his ass.
Dog gotta get his ass whooped. Everybody getting their ass whooped. Cat better scratching, all that shit.
Hey Sierra, how you doing? Welcome to the show, baby.
Thank you. I'm tired.
I know you just chiming in. How's your Friday going? How your week go?
It is today
Fantastic.
today has been exhausting, but the rest of the week was great.
So we all three of us have discussed the first part of our topic. I guess you chimed in right at the right time before we started going to the second topic. But our first topic was does divorce make you a failure?
It doesn't make you a failure.
Huh?
It doesn't make you a failure, but it should make you realize that you have some qualities that are failing.
Ooh, I like that. I definitely like that. That's kind of like
You
what
can
Rock
hear
said
her? I
earlier.
can't
You kind of
hear
look at
anything.
the things that you made mistakes on.
Yes, because there should be a pattern. If you see the same thing that you're doing in each relationship and it's not working, then I'm sorry, you failed. But divorce itself doesn't make you a failure here on earth. I'll put it like this. Makes you a failure, not necessarily with God because you made a covenant. But I wouldn't exactly say it made you a failure. It was just one of those seasons that you had to go through.
Yeah, but me and you
Get him
both
to
know that. But me and you both know we make covenants in a lot of things, as far as workplace. We in agreements in the car contracts. We all those are covenants, whether we like it or not. So with that being said, we break those contracts all the time. What's the difference?
The difference is that you
It's
won't be.
repo
Yeah.
when you're breaking contract.
Well, Beverly, you shouldn't have repoed it then. Shit. That's why I had you as the repo lady. You supposed to let that one get by.
Yeah, I'm coming to get your shit. Break the contract with me if you want to.
So Beverly and them said earlier that
I missed all of that.
Yeah, I ain't heard nothing he said either.
It was like after earlier. Huh?
Is Bev, you still there? Sierra, you still there?
Uh-huh.
I'm here.
Okay, so that's Thomas.
Thomas
Yeah,
Road.
Thomas is gone.
I don't know where he was going with that.
Me either.
Where was he going?
Since we still on here, he gonna have to come back in. let's just talk.
Hello, I'm back. I'm sorry.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Is it real? Yeah, my internet is
Sierra,
running
were
like
you
on my
talking?
regular phone device. Let me
I
cut out the
was.
internet so I don't have to worry about that shit. When that boy
Rock, you
come
hear
back.
Sierra?
I can get Sierra.
I can't hear.
Can you hear me, Beverly?
It's a setup.
It's a setup.
Can you hear me, Beverly? Beverly.
No, she's frozen. Who's
Can you
next?
hear me, Beverly? Shh. Can you hear me, Rock?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. All right, cool. Beverly, I can hear you typing though. So, um, our second half of our topic, y'all. I actually posted this the other day, and we got a lot of feedback. Are men not wanting marriage because women and how quick they divorce? And yes, that's a hot topic out there after I looked it up. 68% of divorces are started by women. So 32% of men are initiating divorce, are filing for divorce.
Oh, wow.
68% of them are filed by women. That's almost double the number. Well, it is double the number. Shit, that's well over double the number.
I'm in there 30.
So, I
Hmm?
mean, it's a hot topic out there. I mean, back in y'all always said back in the days, y'all said y'all grandmother didn't put up with a lot, but back in the days when our grandfather and our grandmother was growing up, it probably was cool for them to stay in a marriage because they knew that their wife wasn't going to divorce them. I mean, our grandmother wasn't going nowhere. She wasn't. Grandma was going to stay there. Grandma was going to be there, and she was going to ride with Grandpa no matter what.
Exactly, because they believed in fighting for their marriages. Nowadays, that's not a thing. It's like, oh, okay, I get married, sign the paper. I don't want to be married anymore.
Mm. So you say then they don't want to get married no more after that?
Nope.
Well, answering the question, we'll start with you, Sarah. Do you think that could be a possible reason?
I think the women are choosing themselves more than men these days.
That women are what?
Choosing themselves and putting them first.
Well, let me ask you a question. I honestly want to know: do y'all choose yourself? Because y'all not gonna ask a man to marry y'all. Man has to ask y'all. So really, it's the man choosing y'all, not y'all choosing the man, right? Am I right, Sarah?
Right.
So with that being said, again, we're to the point to where men are not committing to women in marriage. And the question is, could it be because women are quick to get out of marriage? They're quick to divorce nowadays.
It ain't so much as them being quick to get out of marriages and shit. Because 9 times out of 10, if we're gonna be honest and shit, some of these women are getting out of marriage. It may be a bigger percentage of them initiating divorce, but the percentage of them getting divorced without fault, without reason, ain't. I don't think that all of them are just getting out of marriage without reason. A lot of them probably have pretty legitimate fucking reasons to why they're asking for a divorce.
I do agree. I do agree. But you have to understand. Same thing with men. I mean, 32% have a legitimate reason. Probably all 32% of them. But I mean, half of that 68% probably don't have a legitimate reason.
Just give up.
You see what I'm saying, Rock? We're talking about 68% of marriages. We're talking about 68% of marriages are being filed by women versus 30. That means when you talk about 100 marriages being filed, 32 of them being filed by men and 68% being filed, 68 being done by women. That's a double the number. So with
Okay.
that being said, you're right. Some of them, I do agree. Some of them go through mental abuse, physical abuse. They go through a lot of adultery and other things. But what about the other half of them? they're quick to get out. They're quick to, you know, first sign of trouble. Guess what? You know
So,
what? He lost his job, and you don't understand. He might be really trying to get another job or something. And you just ain't used to that type of stuff, and things change. I mean, but those things, the good and the bad, is what you're supposed to go through in marriage.
That's
so
why I'm saying nobody wants to fight anymore.
because marriage shouldn't be a damn fight.
It's
There's certain language. There's certain language when in relationships that, like for me, I don't care about everybody else, but for me, there's gonna be certain language, certain words that I'm not gonna use into my relationship shit. I'm not fighting in my marriage or for my marriage. What I will do is work for it and work with you. I'm not gonna fight with you for this shit. You
not
fight
the
it,
real fight.
fight it, ugly.
Oh Lord, help us
There's all kind of ugliness behind that.
Makes
But
I
uh,
agree with that. I think that word is what everybody think. You ain't gonna fight for your marriage, man. Fight.
nah, I'm not fighting you. We can
I
work
didn't
together.
fight to marry her. I didn't fight to marry. I mean, we should definitely have understanding, but I mean, I don't think we should have to fight to marry each other or go through those type of things.
But what you were asking earlier and what I was answering to was trying to get to was that I don't think it's so much as we're not wanting to get married. You don't have to get married no more, bro. You don't have to get married no more. Like, well, get married for what? They don't want to be married. They don't
They
want
don't
to be
want.
married.
You say they don't want to be married no more, Rock?
They don't want to be married no more. The values that come with marriage, all that shit, women don't want that no more. Most of them don't. Not
Yeah,
all. Some. I ain't gonna say all. Alleged. Some of them don't want to be married no more, or they would like to say, "This is my husband," but what all goes along with that, they're not doing it no more. You know, a lot of these women would rather, go out, date multiple niggas, have fun, go home to themselves, and post on social media, get 500 niggas. Women are changing relations. They're exchanging relationships and marriage and shit for social media status. I don't care what nobody say. That's what it is.
You think so?
Big old
I'm
facts.
telling you. I'm telling you. What the hell she worried about you one man for, and you're holding her foot to the fire. You want her to be you're holding her accountable. You know what I'm saying? She got to be this, she got to be this, she got to be that. But without you, all she got to do is shit, put some makeup on, post a pretty picture, throw a filter on that shit, turn around, toot that boot up, and tell the nigga, goddamn, meet me at the bar, buy me some drinks. She gonna eat free. She gonna drink good. She probably gonna get a bill paid before she go home, and life is grand. She ain't gotta be responsible to no niggas. A lot of women, the younger women, the social media style age women, that and men, some men too have their ways. We know we don't have to marry these women to get the bottom line. Right? You gotta put a whole lot of effort into this shit no more.
So you think okay? So that's you. You think that's the reason? You don't think it's because of the divorce rate? You just think it's because the simple fact is it's too simple and easy out there.
It's too easy. It's too easy, and that microwave mentality we have now, man. Everybody want instant gratification. They want that shit to happen now. Now we want you to have it now. Nobody wants to work for nothing. That's why the what I bring to the table conversation is so important nowadays. Because don't nobody want to work with you to accomplish anything. They want to see what you have now before they make a decision. If they even want to give you a conversation, fuck your character. Fuck, you gonna love me and take care of me. If I get sick, catch cancer, you gonna be there for me. Now, what do you have now
Yeah,
that I can
they
do
not
today?
waiting. They're not waiting until you start getting deathly ill and go to death doing hard. They just shit. What we got going on?
Nah, man.
Hey, Suave, how you doing, bro? You there?
Shit, I can't complain, family. What's the word?
You can't complain, man. We had a couple of topics on the screen today, man. You missed the first one, but I'll let you chime in right quick before we go to the next person because Bo Banks also came in and chime in on it. That first topic was what was it anyway? I done forgot my damn self. I smoke too much weed, y'all. Divorce, does it make you a failure? Suave, I know you ain't never been married and you ain't
No.
never been divorced, so
Hell
I
no.
guess you can't. I guess you can't say you neither one, huh?
Nah, neither one. But nah, divorce don't make you a failure. I know plenty of couples that got married, had a 20+ year long marriage, raised all their children, got them out the house, and their children are now productive citizens. If you were able to raise your children together in a single family household and get them out the home safely, they didn't end up in the penitentiary or in the grave. Shit, that was a successful marriage. I don't give a fuck what happened after the kids got gone. Cause that's the only thing y'all really supposed to come together for anyway, is to raise the children up, to make sure that the future is established. All that other shit is just for kicks and giggles and feelings and all that old lame ass shit.
Hey, see, I like Schwab, man. That's why I fuck with him. I said that earlier. Some of the other words, did it, Thomas? We
Yeah.
people put dating to the goddamn forefront, but we got a whole family right
Miss
here.
Beverly, something wrong with your internet again, sweetheart. Miss Bo Banks,
Yes, sir.
we finally got you in here, didn't we?
Yeah, I had to clear some stuff up off my phone so I
Well,
can
I'm
get
glad
on.
you cleared it off. What you think, man? Is divorce a failure now? Is that a sign of failure?
I'm here.
Um,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you, bro, Roshan. We got you. It is. I mean, I
um,
know you've been married and
I
and it's been a long time for your marriage, but I mean, you got friends that's definitely been divorced. Does it make them failures?
you know what? I agree. I feel like there's no wrong answer to that because I feel like when you get married, you go through trials and tribulation. You know, when you go through trials and tribulation, when you're on your job with your family, and sometimes people quit because it's hard. And
Mm.
just because it's hard, you shouldn't quit because things don't go right in the way that you want it to go. Well, I'm just gonna quit. I didn't sign up for this. Yes, you did. You
But
signed, like I was saying last week, you signed up to be a wife, to be a housekeeper, to take care of those kids. But when he comes home from work, he doesn't help me with anything because I didn't sign up for this. Yes, you did. So you're gonna quit on that? You're gonna quit on your man because he's not doing what you feel like he should do, and you ready to get a divorce because of that?
you said
So
it's
it
two
depends
ways.
on the.
So you say you see it both ways though.
Yeah, I see it both ways. So I feel like there's no wrong answer. It just depends on the people that's in the marriage.
Because there really are people that go through shit that they got to get out of.
That's marrying the wrong person. Sometimes people move so quick and don't get a chance to really know who that person is. And you
But
marrying
like
a
Rock
stranger.
says, like the people you date nowadays, Miss Bo Banks, they don't really show you who they are until like 6, 7 months in sometimes.
Well, yeah, and that's true too. You could be married with somebody your whole lifetime and still don't know them.
Mm.
You know,
Damn, sleeping
you
with
married this
enemies.
person. You like, okay, who is this stranger I've been sleeping with? He used to be this or she used to be this, but who is
Mm-hmm.
this person? So it's
Mm.
to me, there's really no wrong answer. It just depends on the individual.
You right. Sometimes it is strange. I've heard a lot of men, I heard a lot of men say, their wife done told them some crazy stuff walking out of marriage, how they wish death on them and all type of things. And you be like, for
Right.
real, you really thought that deep into trying to that you want me dead when all you can do is all you gotta do is divorce me?
Hey man, listen, you got
Right.
somebody.
Because even what Swab said, I agree with what he said on that. It's just really the people that's in the marriage. Every now and then you'll run across somebody who's married and yeah, they have trials and tribulation, they go through things, but they managed to pull it together and they stuck together and they made it work. And it's
Well,
hard
Miss
to
Bo,
find those kind of people.
I like the way you answered the question, though, Ms. Bobase, because you had made it in a situation to where, like, if a man wasn't quite fulfilling his duties at home, is that a reason for a woman to walk out? And I have to ask that. I like the way you said it because our second part of our question is men passing up on marriage right now because women are so easy for divorce? And the reason why we ask that thing, statistic wise, says every 100 marriages that are filed, 68 of them are filed by women, and only 32 of them are filed by men.
Wow. Lately I've been coming across women who don't want to get married, and I'm seeing more men that do want to get married, but they can't find the right woman. I've been seeing that
Because
too.
the women the problem. That's why.
Listen,
And it's just when I look at the quality of women of nowadays, they're so different from years ago. I mean, they're like, I don't know, they are a different breed.
Bo, just
You
be
know,
honest. Just say the quality of woman nowadays is low because we already understand this. It's okay to be honest. It's poor compared to
Trash,
what it used to be. They ain't
trash.
half, they ain't even a third of what our grandmamas was. These motherfuckers is
right,
trash.
right. When I listened to my grandmother and she told me all the things that she did as a woman, it makes me feel, I'm like, well, damn. I said, well, I'm sorry as hell because I can't do none of those things that, everything that they went through. We're not those type of quality women these days. We're not.
You know what? This is kind of off
Don't
subject.
leave the guys out. They kind of falling off too.
Nah, guys. One thing about men are pretty goddamn consistent
Right.
throughout history. We like
Well,
when women.
I do know men are simple. They're real simple and it's easy because if you can they don't require a whole lot.
Not at all.
That's one thing that I feel. We feel like that. Oh, if I could do this, if I can hang upside down and do all this, sometimes it's not all about that.
Yeah, they definitely ain't all
And we
about.
just,
So
just growing.
have y'all
I'm
ever
still
seen?
growing.
Right,
Go
true.
ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you fine. Have you ever seen one of them videos of someone getting married, right? And the husband is standing there, and then there's the wife in her gown, which is not really a gown. It's like a wedding dress at the top, but her titties is kind of out, and she got on this
Right.
thong, and she at the wedding recital, whatever, popping her ass, twerking, and people throwing money on her and just shaking her butt. And I think to myself, like, how long is that? I don't know. Is that where we at now in society? That's what we doing?
You know what? I've been out the game for so long. I've been married for a while. I mean, it's a good TV show. It's a
Nah,
good live TV show.
these be people real weddings. Like they really
Eat your popcorn.
that's how it's like that's what people expect in marriage now. They want to be married. I'm married to you, but I still want to be able to act like I'm single without
Right.
consequence. And I think
Right.
that's what do people want to get married, but don't want to
Be
be
held
told,
accountable.
held accountable on both sides, not just women, men included too.
Oh, I know.
We just want to be married. What the fuck we gonna do? And it just don't work like that. I don't think.
Right.
It's not supposed to work like that, but if
I mean,
either
it can work.
partner
It
allows
can work with some understanding, but
Mhm.
it can work with some understanding.
Right. It's about meeting the right
I don't
person.
know. But like you said, it's about meeting that right person. But like you said, I mean, do you really know that person when you first get into a marriage with them? Like, I mean, I think on something like that, Rock. I mean, if they already showed it before we got in, we can't say nothing. But if they start showing it after we get in, yeah, that could be a problem.
Could be a problem.
You know,
Yeah,
my thing is sometimes you date a person enough to where you feel comfortable. If you see a whole bunch of red flags and you still marry me anyway, whose fault is it?
it's your fault.
That's what I'm saying. They showing
Yeah.
you all kind of red flags. Ain't nothing white, it's just red.
You saw the
You see
detour
that.
sign.
Right. What I'm saying, how sometimes people say they got a lot of, I got a lot of baggage, a lot of, whatever. But you see the baggage before you can even see them. But you still want to go through it.
Now that's the end of the
So let me
conversation.
ask Suave. You there, Suave?
Yo,
So
yeah, I'm here. What's going on?
You heard the second part of our question, right?
I did.
Our second question for the day, right? About women getting divorced more than men. In other words, filing for divorce more than men, and that's probably one of the reasons why men are less likely to get involved with a lot of women today.
You know what? Me and my husband was
Nah,
talking about that.
I don't think it has any person.
Is he still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
Hey,
There he is.
Yeah,
come back to me in a second. I'm going through a bad area.
Okay. Go ahead, Bo.
I just said me and my husband was having a conversation. He was just saying women don't fight for the marriage like the way they used to. You know, we're
So that
real. You
came
know, he
out.
said we're real
Do
easy
you
to give up.
do you agree with you? But that was your husband. Do you agree with what he's saying?
To an extent, I do. I do. Just talking, it's not me just based off what he's saying. This is me based off talking to different people that have been in relationships, that's that been married, and they telling me why they're separated or why they got a divorce. And I'm asking them, why come you didn't fight? He gets on my nerves. I'll say, okay, you probably get on his nerves too. Why didn't you fight for it? Answer the question, because this is just me talking to different people. You know, I don't want to go off what somebody said, but I'm asking this individual who is in a marriage or was in a marriage, and I'm asking them what happened. Why didn't you fight? Was he not
That's
worthy
right.
to
You write
fight
a lot
for
of
it?
stage. You write a lot of stage plays, and a lot of them are based on people's stories.
Right. I mean,
So I know
that's
you see it all the time. So I'm pretty sure you've
right.
written about it before.
Well, I work in an apartment. Okay, me working in office in the apartment industry. When people come in and they're coming in to get an apartment, so a lot of times they give their story to why they need to get an apartment. Well, I'm leaving my wife. I need to have my own place. She was tripping. Sometimes I don't even have to ask them nothing. It's almost like I'm a bartender. So I hear a lot of these stories when people come in looking for an apartment. They give me the reason why they're looking for one. And so the stories that I hear are crazy. Huh?
What you say, Sierra?
I was just gonna say, didn't I use the word
Sierra?
fight? And yeah, I was gonna say, didn't I
Well,
use the
I
word
mean,
fight?
Yeah, I don't
no,
like that
we
word.
still against the word fight because I don't think you have to fight for your marriage. You shouldn't have to fight for your marriage. But I think rock word just sounds a lot better. Work. I feel like we need to work towards this thing. You know, you shouldn't have to fight with anybody to keep something together. If you're fighting, what are they doing? If you're fighting for it and they fighting for it, we should definitely be winning because we both should be fighting for the same cause.
Yeah, and fighting should never
So
be
if I'm
one-sided.
fighting and we not winning, I'm up here fighting by myself. Shit, I'm getting my ass whooped. We a team, ain't we? Ain't we? Then we become an eye, like one of us now. Ain't that we say in scripture? Y'all say we become one. Shit, fight with me. Don't fight against me.
Well, sometimes you do
And I
have to
do know
fight
that.
because sometimes the enemy can come and attack out of the relationship. The enemy's going to attack the weakest. I'm not trying to be funny. The weakest is usually the man. And that's when a woman has to really get down and pray and go through that thing and fight that thing. Because sometimes he's not able to fight. Sometimes he could be lost or vice versa. And it takes that one person to stand on that steady ground and fight. Sometimes you do have to fight. It's a world for out here. The devil is here to kill, steal, and destroy.
Now you
I'm
know
sorry,
we're not
that way.
gonna let that shit slide. You know we're not gonna let that shit slide, right, Miss Bo?
Well, don't.
You
Hey.
know we're not gonna let that last statement that you said. Last statement you said, we the 1 week. Last time I checked, y'all the one ate of the forbidden fruit.
But what I'm just saying is most time in a relationship. Look, most times in a relationship, not saying not to say it all the time. Most time in a relationship, who's the one that's usually cheating?
The women.
No,
woman.
majority of the time it's the men.
No,
the women cheat.
I'm not saying. Women do cheat. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
Just as much.
Both women cheat at a 34% rate. Men cheat at a 33% rate.
And
I do understand that women cheat.
Hold on. And let me say this. Also, women cheat in more ways than just sexual, right? When men cheat, for men, all that work, why bull crap, we just friends, or she, that's not that shit is not even entertaining. Men cheat is always strictly sexual. 9 times out of 10, it don't mean a goddamn thing. It's just sexual. But with women be having whole emotional attachments outside of they men marriages.
Maybe having relationships, Rock. A whole nother relationship.
It's a whole nother relationship. Physically, and women's favorite line is, "God damn it, if one don't act right, get you 3." Get your 3 for this, get your 3 for that. And women believe that shit nowadays. They
Hey
believe that.
y'all, hold on. Let me catch up on. Let me catch up on some of Corey's comments. He got a few done rolled in on us right quick. He said take advantage. He said take advantage of the moment because there's always one person who wants more. The next one, let me see what's coming up here.
Is that Corey?
Well, we just don't share what we feel, and women we just don't share what we feel, and women don't accept it. Yeah, listen, women, hear that very well. What he just said. We don't share how we feel, but most of it's because y'all don't accept it, though. Honestly, if we share how most men share their feelings, y'all shit on them. The next comment he says, "See, women don't look at the fact that they go by their feelings and what they think men do." And then he said, "Preach, brother, rock. Women are not built. Women are not built for entertain multiple men. Y'all not built to entertain multiple men. Multiple men sexually. Let me say that."
Nah, because they kill me with that.
Corey, you need to come on, man. What you definitely got to elaborate on what you mean. They're not built sexually.
Well, how these today's women are.
So what he's saying is this. And today's women are very promiscuous. They'll be and deal with multiple men, right? But they in their feelings about all of them. Well, now I tell you what, a lot of these women now, they're the new niggas. These women is niggas, and that ain't a good thing. All these think like a man women, I wish y'all would understand that's not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Moving like a nigga is not a good thing. How do you spend so many years trying to change men to be better because they're dogs, and you hate it and you resent men for it, to turn around and be a dog? Like, that makes no sense to me.
And then if we call y'all bitch, we wrong. Ain't that some shit? We accepted being called a dog all them years. Ain't that some fair? I'm telling y'all need to accept y'all role, bitch, please.
Why we gotta be a bitch?
That's what a female dog is.
Because they're a dog. He just told you that. If you're a female dog, what are you? I'm just saying. I mean, we gotta line it up. I mean, no, but I mean,
I feel like this is gonna be on a t-shirt somewhere.
Like, let's be honest, bro. Like, other than proposal, women are way more aggressive than men nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, it's been really blowing my mind.
Say, man, I'm be honest with you, man.
I believe that women are better. I believe that women are better cheaters.
Well, let me say this: the reason why I wasn't doing, the reason why I didn't just sleep with anybody when I was out there, because shit, when I realized that women are offering to y'all time, like I'm not. There's some good women out there that just don't give it up often, and then there's some women that just give it up too often. I'm just being honest. There's some women give it up too often. There's some good women out there that you can count their sex partners on one hand, and then there's some women out there that you can count their sex partners in the last week on one hand.
You know what? I'm not one to judge women about how many sexual partners they've had, but I will judge you about how many you have when you're dealing with me or when you're dealing with
Tanya,
one.
how you doing? Tanya said, "Hey, y'all, I'm sorry. I just want to tell y'all that."
Hi, Tanya.
How many men you been in your life?
See the chat.
That's not important. That's not important to me.
No, that's not important to me. I never saw. No, I don't agree with that either.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I ain't gonna too much judge you behind that. Most important to me is, what are you doing when you with me, and how do you handle that shit? Like, I'm not. I can't be with no woman if I go to a bar and there's 4 men in that bar that have been with her, and they walking up to her like, "Hey, you know what I'm saying? How you doing, Susie?" And it's like, "Who's that?" "Oh yeah, I used to fuck with him." Like, what? Nah, that's a little too much. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that,
hold up, let me ask you a question. Got to the bar. Here's what you going on, all right?
Say it again.
You hear me, Rock?
Say it again.
I said you done got to the bar with and everything, but I mean, even though he done came up and spoke, I mean, you might not fuck with her after that night, but you gonna go and get the head that night, though, right?
It depends on how she handle herself.
If you at the bar,
depends on how she handle it, man. Like, listen, man. Some of
Can you
these
hear me?
women carrying demons. I can hear you. Some of these women carrying demons, man. It ain't worth it sometimes.
All right.
Everybody fucking up.
Like, like what you mean? How she handled it?
Well, you know, there's gonna be situations like, you know, as a man, you ain't really responsible for everything a woman has done.
Oh shit!
That
That's
what's up?
I'm sorry, y'all.
y'all not. Sometimes we just don't care about getting caught because we have leverage in
Thomas, you
in
breaking up
other
bad, Thomas.
options. Ooh.
Is Corey coming on?
So he said we don't care about your cheating. He said we got leverage in other options.
I ain't gonna say they better cheaters. They better liars. That's the damn show. And they gonna hold to they lie.
Well, I actually feel like when I say that guys are not so much that they the weaker. Temptation for a man is a MF. They can't turn that down. If a big butt and a smile pass by, what if they want to be with a woman or not? They're gonna try to have some type of sex with her. They can't turn that down because that's what they are tempted by, because that's their temptation.
They're visual.
But it's just that. But it's just that.
Yeah, but to a woman, when you give yourself to another person, we don't see it as that. We see that you're supposed to be ours and you're laying up with some other chick. And even though you're not attached to that person, you looked at this person like, well, hey, she just looked good. She was like a piece of candy in the candy store. We don't see it as that.
Yeah, but you know it's just that though, and not, but you know you can't wrap your mind around it, because you know what I'm saying. Instead of just accepting that it's just that, you get in this whole little thing about, well why am I not enough, and it ain't got nothing
Right.
to do.
Especially if you keep going back to that same female. If you keep going back, there's something that happened
It
to
ain't got
why
nothing.
you return back to that same female.
Yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with you though as a woman.
Well, the thing is, do you feel like a woman should accept that? We should accept that, hey, you're going to be with us and this other woman. Should we accept it?
Uh, you don't have to, but when you go out here and you're dating these men, right? You're single and you're dating him. That's what you're doing anyway. But the excuse at this point is, well, I'm not committed. Yeah, I get it, but you still know that you're dating him and he's dating other people too. Both of y'all now are dating multiple people on the outside. You're basically doing the same thing whether you're in a relationship or not. You're
Well,
accepting.
no, what I'm saying is, if I am in a relationship with you, or you're my husband, and you want to go out and you keep having sex with this other woman, am I supposed to accept that?
I wouldn't tell anybody to accept it if it's an issue with your happiness and your mental. I wouldn't suggest nobody accept it.
Right. That's what I was saying. A lot of time, just different conversations that I don't have with women and men, and how they were saying, hey, you know what, it's kind of hard for us to turn down a big butt and a smile. Even if we're not going to be with that person, we want to try. We want to taste it, as they say. They're curious.
Yeah,
And their
and with,
curiosity get the best of them. And
right,
sometimes you can have a good relationship and this woman is good. You willing to try to taste this new desire to ruin what you have if she find out about it.
right.
Now you
And
don't ruin something that was really good because your temptation got the
true.
best of you.
Should have
That's
test
the reason why I was saying. That's the reason why I was saying, when you're in a relationship, when I was saying that how the devil comes in, he attacked the weakest of the relationship, the weakest person in a relationship, which is the man. And the devil knows what you like. He's gonna put whatever that you like, whatever you desire, in front of you in order to try to ruin what you have.
Right, but we have biblical facts now, Ms. Bo, that proves that when the devil comes to attack your relationship, he goes to the woman, which is the weaker.
Yep.
We have biblical
Now, I
fact.
disagree with that one.
You can't disagree with it. It's written. It as it was written. The devil didn't go to Adam. The devil went to Eve. He didn't go to Adam. He went to
Oh,
Eve.
we're talking about. Okay, you talking about that?
I'm saying we have biblical fact that when the devil attacks, he attacks the weaker, which is the woman. It's a biblical fact. I didn't just make that up. That's it.
You can say the same thing with Mary too. I'll give you that.
That's it. It's always the women. But you know, I don't know.
Tanya
because
said my cutoff game, my cutoff game is real. Not putting up with that BS. Corey said a poll shows women want a man 6'2", athletic build, 6-figure. Guess what? Guess what comes with him? He will be more than likely exercise other options, and that is on the woman to the man she goes after.
Right.
There is a rule to this society, and women don't accept that until the rule benefit them with the advantage.
But nowadays, I think relationships do benefit women more. When they're over, they get the better end of the stick, and trying to get into a relationship with a woman, they get the better end of the deal. Like you literally, this is dating now, right? Am I wrong? To get a woman, you have to apply pressure, chase, shower, spoil, to do all that shit. In the end, to do what?
Yep.
To do what? Just to say, this is my woman. Like you gotta go through all these loops to get this woman, and then what do you get in the end? Like all you get is her basically saying, I'm not gonna sleep with nobody else, but you don't get too much. Not with all women, because some women are truly prized. There's some men out here with some good fucking women who care about them, care about their happiness, that are nurturing to them, that want to see them succeed and do better, and they not just stand behind their man, but stand with them, and they're uplifted. So, but nowadays it ain't like that. Suave, the men around Suave age and younger.
Tanya said because some of us unfaithful. Tanya,
that's bull.
it's written fact that y'all stepped out on us first.
And hold on, and let's
it's
talk
written
about
in scripture, since y'all go by that Bible, that y'all cheated on us before anybody ever cheated. Y'all was the first one ever cheated was a woman.
You know, they always use the Bible when it's beneficial.
No matter how much you like that, Bo Banks.
Well, it's not that.
That's in your Bible, Bo Banks.
What are you finna say, Suave?
Some stuff ain't nobody gonna like.
What you gonna say? Go on, say it.
Listen, all right. So you asked me the question earlier: is it because black women are divorcing at such a high rate that black men are shying away from, or men are in general shying away from marriage?
Yeah.
The answer to that is no. Men are not shying away from marriage. We just aren't marrying a particular group of women. Everybody outside of a particular community, I'm not gonna put a specific on it, but everybody outside of a particular community marries at a 40% rate or higher. The next lowest rate is a particular nationality of man, and he's at 33%. Now, one group in particular stands out because they are marrying at a below 30% rate. And it ain't black men.
Who is it?
That same group is only 7% likely to marry outside of the race. 7%. 1 in every 4 black men to get married outside the race.
Tanya said we hate a strong, educated ass woman.
No, that's not true.
White women are educated too,
and strong.
They not divorcing though.
No, and strong, because it clearly their family structure is a whole lot better. Their children are being raised better. So yeah, they're strong enough.
Now I know it's gonna sound like
if your definition of strong gives me a nothing ass child, then I'd rather not have it. You can keep it and your education.
And here's the whole myth about this. You go to any culture, we don't even conversate with all cultures, but any culture, of men in that culture don't want to be challenged by a woman. And women don't understand it. It doesn't mean that we're scared of strong women. We don't want to be challenged. When a man is in position of life, when a man is doing what he's supposed to do in life, he don't want to be challenged. And that's why women that are more successful, women that are making more money are less desired by men that are in position because of that. And women don't get that. We have to stop sugarcoating this and let women understand. When you get into, because watch this, first of all, let's understand this. Let's get one fact out here. Women got to get this out of their mind. They believe 98% of men out here screwing. If you go look at the chart on a weekly basis, less than 40% of men are actually out here having sex.
Yep.
So what does that mean? Women, you've got to understand that. Secondly, understand that when you get into, as women, women have leverage from when they're younger till they reach about 35, close to 40. After that, you lose the leverage because the more successful you come, the less you be desired by a man in position. They tend to go for younger women who can give them babies and less help and more cooperative.
Right. I did hear that.
It's a harsh reality, but women have it's a reality.
Yeah,
it's reality.
That's true.
Because, and I agree with him because it's like I was saying, if I have to go through life busting my ass for you, the least like you don't want to be challenged for that shit. You're not.
You don't because Rock. This what they don't acknowledge. Women in certain positions of life do not date down, do not marry down
at all.
Rock can be in a position of making 6 figures out here and go into Walmart and see an attractive woman and will give her a chance in life. But a woman, first of all, if she's in that figure of making 6 figures, she probably ain't even in Walmart. But if she is, let Joe the Tire Man walk up on her. You're not paying attention to him. You don't care about Fat Chad. You don't care about Weird Al. You don't care about the pervert walking around the aisle. You don't. There's a certain particular man that you're looking at. And that man particularly doesn't look at you because he's going to exercise his option with women who are younger and more cooperative.
Yep.
And that's
that is
reality, but it's a fact of life.
Hey,
you know what, Corey, that is so true. That is so true. It's just different women that I have came across that I was talking to. Like I was telling them on the last show, I was talking to this lady in Tom Thumb. She kept talking about everything that she had, what she did by herself. And I asked her and I said, well, what you need a man for? You doing everything yourself. You doing everything that he will want to come in and help you with. But you say you got it. Then you trying to tell him what to do. So that's why you single for 10 years.
And you know what, Bo? You know what they don't
understand? So that is so true. I mean, it's a lot of different women that have nice jobs that's powerful, and they are like that. And and I can't lie about that.
Hey,
that is so true. And this is me conversating with these women.
Men in position don't care about what a woman has when it comes to her career. Yeah. They don't care. When a woman walks into a conversation, get talking about I'm a boss and I got all this, the first thing that man do is go, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and move around because I ain't.
I'm cool. This ain't it.
Listen,
right. That's
so
true.
I'm that way, and I ain't got it like that. But I'm that same way where I can meet someone and they got it going on completely. It can definitely change my life. But that's one thing I'm not finna put up with.
Yeah, Rock. But you said you might not have it going on, but you're stable, you're comfortable, you're okay with life. You pay your own bills, you pay all that shit.
I get it, but that's not the point I'm making, Thomas. What I'm saying is that the fact that women think, just some women, not all, some women think just because in their mind they got it going on as far as having got their own house, their own car, business, this, that, and the third, that's supposed to be enough, and you owe them some shit. And they're better than you. They want to be with you, but they look down on you because of what they were able to accomplish on their own. Like that's some kind of knock against who you are as a person. And I said, not all women, some.
Ms. Denise, here's what y'all. The exception to the rule doesn't change the rule. We know that when men have these conversations, we know all women are not like that.
Exactly.
Talk about it. We talk about what happens in the majority of women by the scope. Just like this. Y'all know every man is a deadbeat, but what do y'all quickly talk about the most? Deadbeat dads. But you know for a fact there's some men taking care of their kids, but you don't talk about that. So what us are women that think on that level by and large.
Okay.
Those are the ones that get smart.
T asked us a question, guys. She said, "Do y'all think having a man is an accomplishment? Why is having a man so important?"
It's not an accomplishment.
It definitely is an accomplishment. I don't care what you're talking about. It's an accomplishment, and it's a feat that seems to be beyond our women at this point in time. Yeah, you can get one, but you can't keep one. So yes, it's very much so an accomplishment, because statistics show all the people that have a man inside the household, their children do better in every statistical category. I don't care which one you name. So their kids are better than your kids. Point blank, period. Don't care how much you love them.
Well, I say this. I don't think we ever said that having a man is important, but all of y'all want a man, so it must be important to y'all.
I say
majority of y'all want a man, so it must be important to y'all.
But at the end of the day, we won't say it because it sounds so arrogant, but they need that the way that this was designed in this world, they need, that's what happens. It was supposed to be this way, but we've gotten away from it, because the thing about it is, a lot of times, because men have lost their position, how we supposed to be, so we forgot that. Because remember this, when our great grandfathers and stuff was in those steel mills, women were able to sit home and they could have better health plans, and they were taking care of those houses because that was what was going on, and those men led those houses. Now we all the things that have happened in between that has put us in a position where we've disassociated one another. But at the end of the day, show me besides Oprah Winfrey a woman that the global world has identified in value that wasn't attached to a man that put her in position. Show me. I will wait on anybody to show me at least 5 women besides Oprah Winfrey. Every other woman that has come up globally to be recognized was attached to a man of value in that position.
Well, I can name one. I don't know about anybody else, but I think Beyonce was in a pretty good place.
Nope, Jay-Z. When she got,
and Matthew knows at the time.
No, she was already worth 150 million before she got with.
She didn't become Beyonce who she was till she got with Jay-Z.
Let's take it back. Madam C.J. Walker.
Who?
Madam C.J. Walker.
But again,
lady that invented straightening comb.
Again, the exception of the rule doesn't change the rule.
Exactly.
Y'all got to remember that.
Okay, Corey.
And you had to go back how far to pick one woman?
You had to go back how many years? I definitely want all y'all to chime in on this one. Since it's an accomplishment, what are the benefits and the values? What do a man bring to the relationship?
Okay,
I like that. Not to the table, but to the relationship. Good question.
That's
hold on. Let's start a good question. That way we don't speak over each other. Rock, answer her question, Rock.
That's not a good.
I'm not. Listen, what the fuck does a woman bring? Like y'all, the same way she's sitting here, and the same way we're saying that a woman being able to have a man is an accomplishment. I also believe that a man being able to have a woman is an accomplishment. Being able to provide and take care of his woman and keep her happy. I do believe that's an accomplishment. Having a successful relationship is an accomplishment. This whole back and forth fucking that shit is retarded. And I wish we would stop the back and forth shit. Right? Like what benefit? Literally, women benefit more from men than men do from having women most of the goddamn time. And when we lose the relationship, you get more in the end. So come on with this bullshit. Like you, what do you mean what men have? What they bring? We bring everything, life.
We also have to understand that the men on this panel are different quality men than a lot of men outside of this panel. We have to be empathetic and sympathetic to the men that are not on the same level mentally and financially than the men on this panel. There are women who are introduced to nonstop men who don't have jobs, who don't believe in jobs, who believe a woman is supposed to take care of them. They are literally bums. They are having babies and don't take care of them. And so our experience with 30 men outside of you men on the panel is they're all bums. It's very seldom that we are introduced to men that are taking care of their responsibilities. Very seldom we run into Thomas, Rock, Corey, and Swab.
So
it depends on who you hang out with.
What I would
absolutely
ask,
it is.
What I would ask from everyone, like during this season, right? What Ms. Beverly just said is true, right? To Ms. Beverly's experience, and it's also true to other women's experience. And when Ms. Beverly said what she said, what y'all did not hear from any of the men on the panel was a argument or a debate or a cutoff, right? We accept her truth and her experience for what it is, her truth and experience. So what I would ask is, when you women and you sit here and you talk to us and you listen to us, we ain't just saying this shit. Yeah, we saying it sound bad, it sound rough. You don't want to accept it, da 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 da. And one thing again, we're not talking to you personally, right? I don't know if we strike nerves or we hit nerves or we trigger some shit within y'all. Maybe your ex-man said that shit to you, and that's why you feel like we have to have these back and forth. But I'm not gonna argue my experience
Right.
and the truth and what I've been through with these fucking women.
Yeah.
I refuse to argue with you. My bad. With you. I refuse to do that. Because I'm not lying on nobody. I'm not making this up. Just like I don't believe y'all are. I'm sure y'all go through shit. We all do. We've all been there.
But we haven't dated men, so we don't know. We talk about on our women experience.
Don't dismiss what Suave has to say, what Corey got to say, what he got to say. Just like we don't dismiss what y'all have to say. And we don't always have to agree. Right? We ain't here. We not here for that. We here for what? What we here for? To get some understanding. You know what I'm saying?
To get an understanding of togetherness. So two different lanes of life can try to coexist. Like I said, experiencing men like you, Corey and Thomas and Suave, had I not experienced y'all, I literally would be out here believing that ain't nobody out here no good. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm hopeful and encouraged because I know men that are doing well. I know men that are looking to be a man and lead.
Now, Corey, for you chime in, I want you to, because Rock answered his part to that question. I definitely want you and Suave to answer Miss T too, though. I do want you to answer, because whether we like it or not, there's a lot of benefits to having a man. Because y'all say we protectors, providers, and all that other stuff. There's a lot of benefits to having a man if he's a real man.
Yes, women have opened the gates to sex and babies. Men do to relationships and marriages. We build home. Women accessorize it, right? So the thing that we bring to the table is being able to create everything that was created in this world that was built from steel labor was built by men. And here's the problem I have when women talk about equal rights. You don't want to start talking about being equal to a man unless you're ready to step into position and do what men do out here. Just like some women run around here, oh, we ain't protected. Do you understand that you are protected? Because guess what? Men ain't running around making women slaves. Because the day that men become barbaric and say women are going to serve us, what can women do? We're dominant. We're biologically stronger. All of that. So the thing that we do is protect. We do provide, and have to understand that the fact that we are here doing what's necessary to put women in position to be in a relationship, complement us to do what we need to do and lead our families. But in order to stop this fight, women have to understand that both parts play a position. And until we get in that position, it's not going to be where it is. So you have to start working off life, off probability instead of work with the facts and forget your feelings, because your feelings don't matter to the facts of what's happening in life.
I agree. Suave?
I mean, what do we not bring to the table? Like I said, just to piggyback off what Corey just said, women's not, when you got to build up a house from the ground up and you driving down the street, do you see a group of women out there in they pajamas, or they bra and panties out there building houses? Or do you see a bunch of men out there shirtless building them homes? Them roads, every luxury in this world that women love to enjoy, every luxury, despise, all that. Who built it?
Men created them.
Who created it?
Michael Kors.
All of it. Those diamonds that women love to wear, or is it a bunch of women that's in these caves and these mines harvesting these diamonds, swinging pickaxes all day and night? Probably not. I would assume not.
I feel like this is a man world should be playing right now.
I go to the jeweler. If I want to go get some custom jeweler, I ain't seen now custom female jeweler yet. Yeah, I seen some female sales people, some employees. I ain't seen no female jewelers. But who wears the most jewelry? So what?
You know
I
what?
don't understand the question. What does a man bring to the table?
I don't understand it either.
Because I felt like I answered that question in the last question.
And that's why I said, that's why I always say
supposed to have a man in them.
Is it always
You're
about the
taking men
money?
in every statistical category. Everyone that matters, the children are better.
Wait, what did you just
So
say?
let me ask y'all a question. Since we
Women-
all,
Is
since we
it
both,
always about the money?
so
It's not always about the
so
money.
let me understand
That's
this.
what I'm
Whoa,
saying.
whoa,
Because a
whoa,
lot of
no,
time
hold
when
on,
you
hold
hear
on, hold on, hold
people
on.
talk about what
Babe,
can you bring to the table, it's always, well, this man gotta
Well,
have this much money.
well,
It's not about that. What's bringing to the table is love,
well,
the integrity, and patience. That's
no,
what.
no, I'm not bringing
Yes,
none
it
of that.
is. Yes, it is. That's
hold
what
on
I'm
1
looking
second.
for.
Hold on. Let me ask you. If we're both on different spectrums, then I mean, as far as it goes, how many agree, Miss Bobanks? You agree that women are a little bit more aggressive, and I think that's the same thing Corey and the rest of them are saying. Like y'all lost, and again, it's not, we're not saying a bad place as far as
Well,
understanding the headship inside of a home where y'all want it to be, where y'all want us to be. Y'all want us to
well,
be protector, provider. There should be a headship still inside of a home. A little bit of respect. You know
I'm
what I'm
well.
saying
saying?
Me and
There should be a
Corey,
little bit
me
of
and
respect.
Corey don't had a lot of
If I make a suggestion, you shouldn't immediately argue my suggestion.
right. Me and Corey don't had a lot of talks, a lot. And there's some things that we agree upon, and some things that we don't. But one thing, I know what type of man that Corey is, and he knows what type of woman that I am.
So how can we get to a divide to where it can be better for both of us? So where we can date and be able to get to a happy medium where we can see happy
There's
in
no
relationships.
conversation being had. Everybody's talking at each other instead of to each other.
We shouldn't.
Where's the
It shouldn't be no
conversation?
conversation.
Where's the
I don't think
compromise?
It shouldn't
I
be
don't
no.
think it's the comprehension.
Ooh, who said that? Who said that?
Rock.
Right.
I've been saying this forever. It's not so much for me. When women tell me I want a man who can communicate, that's not number one for me, because I can communicate with you all day long. Number one for me dealing with a woman is she able to comprehend? Is she willing to comprehend? Because you, just like we on this panel talking to these women that's in this chat, in the comments and shit, y'all hear me talking, but you ain't comprehended a motherfucking thing that I'm trying to say. That's why we're having these back and forths and these arguments and shit.
Because they're ready to respond emotionally to what we're saying because they take it as a diss.
They take it as a diss and they're taking it personal because somewhere in their life they've been told some things. You may be a good woman, you may be successful, but you need to be more than. Don't lead with that shit, because that's not really who you are as a person. Those are just accomplishments.
You know, one thing that I
Okay,
learned, I'm gonna tell you one thing that I learned. One thing that I learned, being like, if I'm talking to my husband about a situation and I want him to act on it right then, I learned that a man has his own timing. Just because if I want him to respond right then, he's not gonna do that. Sometimes it takes him a minute to kind of think about what he's gonna do. It ain't the fact that he's not gonna do it. He just don't respond as quick as a woman will. You have to give him time to kind of process everything, to, you know, if there's a bill that needs to be paid, and say, if I don't have it, he don't have it. He's thinking about it. He may not have the answer right then. He may come back the next week. Hey, I got it. This is what we're going to do. And we want to make these men do stuff when we want them to do it. And it doesn't happen like that. And that's one thing I had to learn. I was bad about that, and I had to learn that.
T said she asked that question because I wanted to see if I would hear anyone say anything about building our black wealth and creating strength in our home and changing generational strongholds. Why is it about protecting? We have firearms for that. We have jobs to provide. So when do we start talking about wealth and building and sharing and protecting our black future? Can a man bring that? I don't think that all falls on the man. T. Let me first start off by saying that I think that falls on both of us. Let me get this. I gotta say this because inside that, it all sounded good when you first started, but let me tell you, you went right back to what we said a while ago. You don't need us because you got a gun.
Well, actually, you do. Like I kind of
being honest. I mean, what she said before was irrelevant when she said that she had a gun in the home. You don't need to worry about me being a protector if you got a gun. You said that, so you don't need a man for that. So we obviously understand that. But as far as building black wealth is out, I think all of us want that. I mean, my biggest thing is making sure I leave something to Rosie, Riley, Lauren, and Cameron. They're my most important things in life. But I don't think that falls on me or Chandra. I think that falls on both of us as grandparents. I think that falls on Nisa and her and whoever she had kids with. But the reality of it is, it ain't on one side of us. We can't bring that to the table to you right off the bat. We can't promise you that right off the bat because we don't even know where you stand on that.
And to
Men bring
completely
down.
to completely debunk that entire thing that she just put up, one, we can look at the statistics, but single mothers, the statistics are out now. Y'all have been single mothers for long enough. The statistics are out. So the data is here. Y'all have raised the poorest, highest incarcerated, least married men that have ever existed in the history of this earth. Single mothers. So what do you need us for again? They
say that's a generational curse, Suave.
A majority of these men that y'all complain about come from what? Single mothers. So what do you need us for?
Yeah.
Obviously, you've been doing the job for a little while now, right? Since what, about the 60s?
Well,
and
you've
been doing a terrible job at it. I can't say nothing about Stop. I'm still talking. You've been doing a terrible job at it. And that's just the honest to God truth. I hate to say it, but that's what the numbers say. I'm just the one translating it for you. If you want to go look it up, blackdemographics.com has all the answers. And they have numbers. So men lie, women lie, numbers don't. The numbers say single mothers of every race have raised the worst.
Well, it comes with the fact that most kids respect their father. If he's right, he's right. They're going to respect him. If he's in the household doing what he's supposed to do, trying to provide no matter what he's doing, even if he's cheating, they still respect him.
And that's what I've been trying to say this whole time, that men bring balance, because I didn't get to answer the question.
Yeah.
Balance.
I mean,
I can definitely see that. I can see how it's imbalanced right now too.
Well, here's the thing. We are the disciplinary when it comes to this household thing. Men, boys out of jail and girls off stripper poles at the end of the day. And until that is, that's what we bring. Because here's the thing about this. Women will tend to negotiate with their kids more when they go through the structure of discipline. Men, we don't give a damn about that. When you screw up, we're on your ass. So at the end of the day, we got to understand the thing that has to happen is when we're in place, we're in that place. And if you want to compliment that, step in there with that man and compliment what's going on. Don't come and challenge that stuff. Compliment what's going on.
That's exactly what I was about to say next.
But let me show you this, Corey. Miss Beverly said something earlier about the bums that they run into. You know, the only problem I have with that, Beverly, y'all running them bums, and not you, but a lot of women, they have babies by them bums. But you knew they was bums when you had baby by them.
Thomas, listen to what you just said. Choice. Because Thomas, here's the thing about it. When we screw up in life, nobody coddles us and tell us when Thomas loses his job and he's about to lose his house, nobody goes, oh, Thomas, I'm feel sorry for you. They say, Thomas, get off your ass and go find another job and save your household. And when a woman chooses a bad dude, there's never a responsibility for that. Because the thing about it is you chose your preference and what you liked and that swagger. And that swagger left you knocked up and by yourself. And the dude that would have probably done right by you, he didn't appeal to you because you didn't even see him. But you mad now with the bum you chose, that you chose. See, as men, we understand life ain't fair, but we don't get to get coddled by it. We tell to go get the results. Damn the excuses, get the results.
No, everything.
For example, when
sometimes the bum ends up being the better option as well. Like my youngest son could have been listed as one of those bums, and he turned out to be a better father than the one that was the one that should have been appealing. He ended up being a better father. So not.
Hold up. Who daddy was? Time out, y'all. Hold up. Who daddy was?
Wade was
a pimp. Wade was a pimp back in the days. Girl, stop that shit. That nigga was player. Stop all that. That nigga was a pimp. That nigga had hoes, man. Stop playing with me. I already know Wade. Wade had the man say, stop playing with Wade. He wasn't no bum. That nigga, I bet you had money. Bet you wasn't broke.
step out, y'all.
Didn't have no job, but Wade done traveled the world. Talk about here, bump. I'm gonna wait till I talk to Wade. I'm gonna tell Wade that shit. You know damn well Wade ain't no goddamn bum.
It's recorded. I didn't say he was a bum. I said he could have been considered as because he wasn't the typical stand-up guy. But again,
understand those same single women had those kids by a man. You're right. She did have those kids by a man. And I'll be honest, after seeing a lot of stuff that I done seen here lately, there's a lot of women out there that keep their kids from their fathers. And then there's some men are just deadbeat dads. Some men are just deadbeat dads. You can't say nothing about it. I can't say nothing about that. I can't speak on that because I definitely don't live in that existence.
I agree with Suave. I believe that a lot of men who were raised by single moms, they're not deadbeats. They're broken. They just don't know they don't know how to be a parent.
Well, I don't know. I agree with it to a certain extent because, I mean, the only reason why I say that because, I mean, I was raised by a single mom and she definitely was able to do certain things. Now, with that being said, there were certain times in my life at a certain age where, you know, of course, she finally got a man. But to a certain age, I was raised by a single mom. And there was a lot of values that she instilled in me. And as far as the difference is, I will say this, mothers back then was totally different than mothers now. Mothers back then would go upside your motherfucking head. You know what I'm saying? Mothers now, they tend likely not to do that so much. So, I mean, with that statistics, I agree with Suave. If mothers, same thing with Corey, you know, men are more disciplinary in the household, but if we had more women that would stand their ground with their sons and their daughters, some of the shit that we got going on in this world wouldn't be going on. And that's just being honest. My mother, she was white and she didn't take that shit, but every black mother I knew back then, they definitely wasn't trying to hear that shit.
I mean, at the end of the day, though, I'm gonna keep it one thing. At the end of the day, man, you know, it's just a different level of respect. At the end of the day, a mother can only do so much because she can only discipline. Once you get to a certain age, size, and weight, she can only discipline you if you allow her to, and that's just the God honest truth.
Yeah, you're right. Because I allowed my.
Once I got 15 years old, my parents put away the belt and the switch and the whip and all the stuff they used to whoop me with. Because they didn't do nothing no more. You had to punch me. And even punching me, my mother and she wasn't no smart woman, but it still didn't matter. Because once you done took punches from a grown man, that whatever a woman can do to you, it's really irrelevant. You can't do nothing unless you go to a certain area. So
Suave, that's when you pull out this taser.
At the end of the day,
you tase that motherfucker.
If my father wasn't in the household, I would have been completely out of control. I'd have been running the house. And that's just the God honest truth.
In my opinion, in my opinion, it's not just a man or woman's problem. We all have responsibility in this issue that exists in a relationship. And everyone except their post change can start to happen. Well, ain't that what we've been saying? Everybody except they post T. I mean, but from what Ms. Bo said, y'all a little bit more aggressive now. Y'all a little bit more manly now.
That's what I said last week. I said sometime when when the father's out of place and the wife is misplaced, now the kids are displaced because nobody's in position.
No.
So that's why you have that chaos.
But it's
and everything that's going on.
I'm sorry. You said what? You said what, Bo?
No, I was just saying, like referring to what you were saying. You were saying that if your father wasn't in the home, you said you would have been out of control. You would have tried to run that thing. But because your father was in place and your mother wasn't displaced, now the kids they wasn't out of place. So they always had you in order.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the thing. Because, you know, I just remember when my kids, before I even got with my husband, when my kids was younger, I remember me trying to potty train them how to, you know, use the bathroom, you know, how to aim right. You know, I wasn't the greatest at it, but I tried to do the best I could. But that's a man thing. I was trying to figure it out. I mean, hey, the floors and walls was all jacked up, but I was trying. And I'm just saying that's an example of some things. That's why you need a man in place for things like that, especially for young men. We don't have a thing. We don't, you know, I'm over here trying to show them with a bottle. Hell, they getting the bottle too. I'm trying to figure it out. So it's crazy.
I like I said, this is, you know, I don't want to blame it on any one side, but at the same time, I mean, you can't disregard what Ms. Bo Baxham said. Women Yeah, I love the fact that black women are more successful and stuff now. But just because just because you're more successful, you know, are you ready to coexist with a man being in your life? In other words, are you ready for a man to help you make those decisions? Because a lot of women don't want us making those decisions with them. That's what I feel like. A lot of women,
Yeah.
you know, you tell them something and they go against it. You know, well, what am I here for? Why am I here? If you ain't gonna take what I got to say, why am I here? What am I talking for? You know what I'm saying? So
Thomas,
I
can
mean,
you
I don't know. Like I say, y'all have to. I'm not saying we can't change our approach to something, but I mean, we've been here doing the same thing. We ain't changed.
So I know I was gone for a minute, but that whole women and being successful and bringing all that, and now they feel like because they're successful, they don't have to do full man. Thomas, you spoke on that shit. Like men been doing that. Men been doing that. But what's the problem with some women having to do that? You know, why that got to be an issue?
Yep. Why?
Because
Well, obviously, it's still an issue, Rock, because we still talk about it every time we get on there.
because even if I did have everything together going on, blah 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 blah, bringing a woman into my life, she is not gonna want to hear that shit. She is not gonna want that ego.
I agree.
But women need to be more receptive to men anyway.
Right.
All right, y'all. We are definitely to our final thoughts today. We're gonna go around the panel right here. We're gonna try to tie both of them in on your final thoughts together. So I'm gonna start at the bottom, and then we will close out with me, Rock, and then me at the end. We're gonna start at the bottom to my right below me, where Beverly is at. Bev, we spoke on does divorce make us failures, and also what's the reason why men are not tying down and committing into marriage. Let's put it like that. Instead of just saying one part of it, let's just say on your opinion on what you think.
Thank you. In my opinion, my experience, divorce does not make us a failure. Actually, divorce is a brave move because you undergo being ridiculed by a number of people about divorcing. It's easier to stay and keep it quiet. And secondly, in my experience, the reason why most men are not being married because they're looking to play. They just want someone to be sexually active with and move around and be free.
Mm. That's the men. I've been in your inbox. I know what you're talking about.
Man, it's crazy. I do that's why I'm continuing to date because I am hopeful. I'm hopeful I'll find a Rock or Suave or I'm men of caliber, some men that have some stature and that are ready to build with someone. I am a woman who has her own place, 2 cars, and a job. But that's not what I lead with. I want to be a helpmate. I want, the reason why I even announce that I have it, if it's announced, is to make sure he understands he's not coming in having to do it all by himself. So if at any point he decides, or if at any point something happens and he's not able to provide, he has a helpmate. I can help provide until he's able to be back in that position to provide. I'm willing to do so. And then also I'm looking to do what my position requires in order to maintain him and continue to keep his happiness. But I haven't run across any men that are looking to have that. Literally, they want to just have sex and bye.
Mm. Just
When I
take your
say
time,
bye.
hold out. Don't rush it. Something will come along, whether you believe it or not. You'll be surprised.
Amen.
Suave, you there? Suave. All right, Miss Bo Banks.
Yes, sir.
Divorce doesn't make us a failure, and why are men not wanting to commit to marriage to these women today?
Well, I believe, did you give it your all? These are some of the things you should ask yourself. When you were in that marriage, did you give it your all? Was your best enough? And if the answer is yes, then you're not a failure because you gave everything that you had to give. Then also you have to ask yourself, was that man or was that woman truly your wife or husband? Was he made for you? Was she made, vice versa? Because sometimes you can be with somebody else's wife that wasn't meant for you, or be with somebody else's husband because he's built for somebody else.
Say that thing, Miss Bo.
Ooh, yeah, because all the things they wouldn't do for you, they're going to do for that new one.
Right. Because once they find that woman or that man, they are going to be different from when they was with you. Because it's something about that woman or that man that makes them want to be better.
I agree with that. I can't argue with that at all.
Then far as me,
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I know I always been a neck, and I just, I always needed my head because I am a supporter. I support that neck because he'll be able to turn his head to the left, to the right, up or down when he has a strong neck.
That nigga?
Huh?
Did you say you support that nigga?
I'm saying that I am a supporter.
God damn it, Miss Bo Banks brought the hood out. She said she support that goddamn nigga. God damn it. Go ahead.
And I'm a team player. When you're in a marriage, you are a team player. And everybody's talking about what you bring to the table. I love what she said, that a man brings balance, because he brings comfort to that woman. Because when she's taken care of by herself, it's a load, it's hard. But when you got that help and he lift that other side, while you got that other side and y'all working together, that thing can be powerful. If you work together. So therefore, when you come to that table, it's sometimes, we know about the money. Sometimes you come with that love, with that patience, with that integrity, with that flexibility, with that faithfulness, with that loyalty. That's what each person should bring to the table.
And the second part, Ms. Bobanks, why men ain't wanting to commit?
They have to. My thing is, what are they committing to? If they don't feel like they can't commit to it, then they're not. Because they don't see nothing worthy to commit to. Sometimes it could be the foundation of where they come from. We all come from different walks of life or backgrounds or whatever. But like I said, what I said earlier, he has to find his wife, or she has to find her husband. You got people out there that just made for you, that's built for you. Find you. She's out there. He's out there. But don't rush, because you'll come across something that's not supposed to be in your life, and it come a stumbling block. Then as you trying to deal with that stumbling block, your wife or your husband just walk by because you stopped at something that wasn't yours in the first place.
She said it first, not us. Sierra, you up there?
I am.
Man, what do you got to say to that first part, man? Are we failures if we divorce?
No, you're not a failure if you divorce. You are just trying to find your way to your person.
Your person.
Right.
But you thought you found him in the first man when you got married. That the person you thought you found the first off?
Just because they have qualities that you thought you wanted doesn't mean they're for you.
What about that second part? Why you think these men don't want to commit today in this day and age? Why they not want to commit to marriage?
Because women aren't giving them anything to commit to. You buy the cow, you get the milk for free.
Woo! And I don't even like milk, but anyway.
Now that came from a woman, y'all. That didn't come from us men. Y'all, I don't see y'all jumping on her and getting on her butt.
No, they won't, because they know I'm telling the truth. Look,
that is the truth. Truth spoken.
To a man before you
Suave, you back?
Marriage.
You back down that Suave finally?
Thomas.
Yeah, I made my way back.
Okay, but listen to what Sierra got to say, man, because she sound like Suave done been over her house done been preaching to her or something. You go to Suave church every Sunday?
Nope.
You must be, because you starting to sound a little bit like Suave here nowadays. You talking about women ain't giving no men nothing to commit to.
I mean, she just sound like she being honest.
I am.
She just being honest.
Like, even though I'm not in the dating pool, I can look at her and tell these females don't value themselves enough for a man to value them.
Right?
So if you put yourself out there like that, I'm talking. Don't worry about it.
Man,
So if you put yourself out there like that and you're giving a man everything before you get married, there's no reason for him to get married. There's no reason for him to want to get married.
It don't even have to
Not
be
to
that
you.
particular man. It
No,
can be what you putting out there, what he see you putting out there. You already putting yourself out there to other men. By the time he get to you and shit, he just want to turn like everybody else.
exactly. And he doesn't want the community pot.
damn. Suave, since you back, man, we didn't get your answer to the final thoughts, man. I'm going to rock after you. So, does divorce make you a failure? First off, and second off, why are these men not committing to marriage?
Nah, divorce don't make you a failure at all whatsoever. Like I said, there's plenty of successful children that came from divorced people. So I mean, if you make it out the marriage in one piece and you ain't a lunatic or missing some limbs, it's successful. If you ask me, you got married. That was the hard part. Second part of that, what was the question? Why are men not? That's a trick question. Why are men not committing? That's a trick question.
Why are men not committing to marriage?
That's a trick question because that's false. Men are committing to marriage. Women aren't.
Well, let me say this: why are men
Men
not
marry.
popping? Let me word it like this: why are men not popping the question as much?
We are. Men marry at a 33% rate. Women marry at a 27% rate. Who's not committing?
Well, remember, if they never asked, we never committed. So that's what I'm saying. We not asking because obviously, we stay in relationship 4-5 years.
If we're not
but we don't
asking,
commit.
how are we getting married at a 33% rate if we're not asking?
Well, we should be getting married at 100% rate. We should 100% of us should be getting married because there's 10 women to one man.
If we're getting married at a 33% rate, they should be getting married at close to like a 30% rate, right?
Yeah, that other 6% we married other races, ain't we?
Why?
I don't know. You seen how J-Lo looked the other day?
Why?
Can I add one thing?
Again, why? Because so it's not that we're not getting married. We're getting married. Who's not getting married?
Okay.
So ask me why they aren't committing.
Okay, I can't say nothing.
1 in 5 of them will get married in their lifetime.
Damn. How many?
1 in 5.
Shit.
But you have to remember, not everybody's meant to be married.
Right.
Well, obviously it wasn't because y'all outnumber us. So the only way that happens is if we do pilot.
Because we had it 1 in 3.
That.
So 1 in 3 black men gonna get married in their lifetime. 33%, 1 in 3.
I'm gonna get married twice. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna get married again too, but I be telling y'all be missing me when I be saying this. I want me a Miss Bobanks. Not that I want Miss Bobanks, but I want a Miss Bobanks. If you don't come built like Miss Bobanks, we ain't really gonna talk too long.
Well, Bo had to go through her own trials and tribulations before she got built
I
like
did.
she is now.
Yeah,
you ain't kidding.
It made her the woman she is.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. And I sat on the podcast. I sat on the podcast and I listened to all y'all, and I listened to Miss Bobanks, Albra, Miss Beverly, and with that being said, is I ain't settling for just no anything no more either. The standard has been raised for me. So yeah, I'm gonna get married again, but they're gonna have to come with it.
So Rock, your final thoughts.
I'll let y'all have it there. I agree with everything that was said. I don't know why. I wouldn't say that it's not that we're committing to marriage either, because I just got divorced and marriage is still on my mind. Shit.
Right.
So I ain't gonna say it's marriage.
I don't think marriage ever goes off our mind because as a man, I've always thought about getting married.
Yeah, I want a wife. I want a family. So that's a goal of mine that I have yet to master. So I'm not giving up on that idea. So yeah. But I agree with what everybody had said earlier.
I definitely agree with what everybody had to say as far as the divorce. I definitely don't think it makes you a failure. I honestly believe that it makes you stronger.
Right.
It makes you stronger. It gives you a chance. I mean, anything that you went through, all that. I mean, like I said, if you get to know who you are and know what you done, like Miss Bo Banks, you gave it all to your marriage. You did, but you also know your faults inside that marriage and what you did wrong. And with
Right.
that being said,
Everybody makes mistakes.
yeah. If you don't,
Everybody makes
if
mistakes.
your downfall in your marriage or whatever you didn't succeed in your part of what you did, if it didn't make you better and you didn't improve in that area, then maybe you might, I don't know, maybe you might be a failure if you didn't improve on it. I mean, failure is when you
Right.
when you continuously to go down. If you work on getting better at who you are, I believe you have to go through those trials and tribulations. I feel like you have to. Some of us have to go through divorce. I honestly believe that it makes us who we are. I don't think we're bad for getting a divorce. Um, I feel like, staying too long sometimes can be a bad thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We definitely gonna be talking about that next episode. So y'all need to be watching. We're gonna be talking about the effects of staying too long in a bad marriage and how does it affect our kids.
Right. And
Um,
we have to define what is a bad marriage.
and what I mean by that, it doesn't always have to be a bad marriage. It's just the things that they see that they know that the marriage is not where it's supposed to be. Has it,
Right.
so like I said, on the next topic, we're gonna be talking about a lot of things. Does it detour our kids on how they look at marriage?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a lot of things that went on. And then that last part, as far as men not marrying women, I can't say that because I mean, I just proposed to the woman that I want. Hopefully that I pray to spend the rest of my life with. So I definitely was looking for marriage.
Hmm.
Um, I'm with Rob.
That's beautiful.
It's what you show me. I mean, it's what I see. If I see the value of what I need, every man is different. What I need, Rock might not
Right.
see a value in it. But what
Right.
Rock need, I don't dismiss his. That's between him and his woman. And whatever he feels like his need is. Again, it ain't that we need you to get along every day. There's certain qualities that we do need from a woman. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we look for. That's why we want marriage. We want marriage. We want that other person that complete us. Like he said, that Miss Bo Banks that come on and gives us the moral support, the emotional support, and then also standing behind us, pushing us towards our dreams and our goals. That's what we do want those things. But I'll be honest, it's not a lot out there. There's not a lot of women out there actually truly out there doing it. Miss Bobanks, I think last year, or Rock, I can't remember who said it last year. They said that being in a marriage, you have to be selfless.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Right.
I'll be honest, in today's society, I think the biggest thing is a lot of our black women are selfish. They went through
Right.
some things in the past. They're not willing to accept any future. So even if a man tries, sometimes they don't look at him because of the things that they went through in the past, some of the scars and some of the things they went through. And with that being said, it's made them selfish. They don't know how to be selfless to a man because they don't trust him. Because it's a lot of reasons behind it, but the reality of it is it isn't right. To be in a marriage, you
Right.
have to be selfless. When if Rock goes to the store, he got a wife at home. If he's at the store, he picking up something. He don't always call her, but he's always getting her something. He's like, oh, I know she like this wine. I'm gonna make sure I get this wine for her. It's just the things that we
Right.
do. A lot of women don't do that. I've dated a lot of women, and you go somewhere and you go buy something to eat. You'll come sit right there eating my face. If I'm coming in front of you, most likely if I'm dating you, I'm bringing you something to eat with me. I'm not gonna sit there and eat in your face.
Right. And see, and that's one thing I know when me and Corey and them, we would go out to eat after a show or if we did a play. And one thing they would notice, they say, well, Bo, why are you always ordering food, taking it home? I said, I'm taking it to my husband.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of
And I'm
becoming
not, and
one.
everybody that's around me knows that I do that.
But that's part of becoming one. That's part of being selfless, not selfish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like Rock. If he's just a normal man and wakes up, and makes sure his girl has gas in her car every week. That's selfless, not selfish. She doesn't have to worry about it. It's something else that he does to make life a little easier for her. Those are little
Right.
things. So when y'all ask what does men bring, we bring a lot to the table. Do we show every woman that? No, because every woman does not show us the things that we need to see, so we can show that to them. You don't show your
Right.
feet to. Ain't that y'all old song? You don't show your feet to every guy you meet. We do the same thing with us men. We ain't gonna cover these motherfuckers until we need to do.
Right. Right.
So just understand that.
Right.
Hey, y'all, man, we definitely kicked it with y'all for the last hour and 10 minutes. But man, we're gonna go and get back with our Friday, go hang out with our family, and
Oh,
enjoy our
one
day.
question. When y'all having a meetup again?
We're hoping to plan one soon, right for the summertime. We're gonna get everybody together. We trying to have we want to have something to get together and have dinner or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that'd be
then
real good.
I'm still having that divorce party we had talked about.
I'm coming.
Then I'm act right.
Oh, okay. Well, once I get everything together, I want y'all to come to the show.
Well, we coming. Oh yeah, we coming to the show. You got to, like I said, you as soon as you get the dates and the place booked, let us immediately hit us know so we'll know. Because really, we all want to come out to it together. Hopefully, because like you said, is it going to be the whole weekend or just one day?
Oh, it's gonna be one day. I'm planning on having it in the month of July.
Okay.
That's gonna be what's up.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just still working on it, trying to put it together.
Well,
You may see Corey.
Miss Bo Banks, can you kick your information out before we get off the air so that way they can follow you?
Okay. You guys, if you want to follow me on Facebook, just go to look for Bo Banks Atkinson. I'm on Instagram as Bo4508. Hey, just if anything that you need to know, or for as information of just different shows that I do that goes on, just reach out to me, and I'll be happy to help you with whatever questions you may have.
Hey y'all, man, we love y'all. Peace. We'll see y'all next Friday.